In 1966, on the gritty streets of Oakland, California, two young black men stood at a crossroads, Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale. They were tired of the police brutalizing their people with no accountability. So they wrote a plan, the 10-point program. And from it, the Black Panther Party for self-defense was born. They didn't ask for permission. They demanded justice. The Panthers knew their rights, and they weren't afraid to use them. Armed with law books in one hand and rifles in the other, they legally patrolled police activity in their neighborhoods. They didn't start violence, but they refused to let it happen in silence. Self-defense was not a threat. It was a shield. While the government ignored black communities, the Panthers got to work. They launched free breakfast programs, opened health clinics, and gave away clothes. They taught black history, pride, and self-worth. To them, revolution wasn't just about protest. It was about building a new world block by block. But power never gives up easily. FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover labeled the Panthers the greatest threat to the internal security of the United States. Under COINTELPRO, the FBI sent informants, spread lies, and tore chapters apart from the inside. What the government feared most was black unity and power. In Chicago, a young Panther named Fred Hampton was bringing people together. Black, white, brown, poor. He preached solidarity, strength, and peace. So the FBI made him a target. In the early morning hours, Fred was drugged by an informant and murdered in his sleep during a police raid. He was just 21. They feared his voice more than his weapon. By the late 1970s, the Panthers were weakened, fractured by government sabotage and internal conflict. But their legacy, it lived on. In every after-school program, in every activist, in every black child who learned their history. The Panthers didn't die. They multiplied. They called them violent, but they were visionaries. They called them criminals, but they were caretakers. The Black Panther Party held a mirror to America's face and said, "We will no longer be ignored." Their fists are still raised, their message still echoes, and their legacy still breathes in us.